Hello guys, I hope you all are doing good. I am Vaishali Kikan and we are discussing the optical communication. Today in this video, we are going to talk about a very interesting concept, that is the population inversion. I hope all of you have watched the previous video where I discussed about the introduction to the lasers. If you have still not watched it, it is highly recommended that you go back, watch it first and then come to this video. So today we are going to understand the population inversion. Population inversion is a concept by which we can understand properly the lasing action of the lasers. So it becomes really important to understand the population inversion concept. So let's discuss about the population inversion. But before discussing about the population inversion, let's understand the Boltzmann equilibrium condition graph. So this is the graph that represents the population of atoms at two energy levels. We know we have two energy levels in general type of semiconductors. So the first energy level is a higher energy level and the second is the lower energy level. The higher energy level is the excited state. We know it is represented by E2. I have already told you about this in the previous video. So now this is my higher energy state and this is my lower energy state. Now what happens in the equilibrium condition? We know the equilibrium condition, the rate of the movement of the atoms in the upward direction would be equal to the rate of movement of the atoms in the downward direction. Right, so this is a thermal equilibrium condition which is represented by the Boltzmann distribution. Now here lower energy state E1. Now what happens? The rate of the movement of atoms in the upward level is equal to the rate of the movement of the atoms in the lower level. So it happens when the number of atoms in the lower level, so N1 represents the number of atoms in the lower level or the population of atoms in the lower energy level. So you can see N1 is greater than N2 to achieve the equilibrium condition. Now, as the name suggests, it's the population inversion. We are inverting the population in the two energy levels. So here, what will happen? Let's invert this relation. So here, I will be having N2 greater than N1. So the number of atoms in the higher energy level would be higher than the number of atoms in the lower energy level. So N2 is greater than N1. So this is how I can represent the population of atoms in two energy system. So now here, this is my unequilibrium condition or not equilibrium condition. This is my equilibrium condition, right? So what happens when I want optical amplification? I want non-equilibrium condition, right? So when I have more number of atoms in the higher energy state and less number of atoms in the lower energy state, at that time optical amplification will be happening. So optical amplification will be happening in the non-equilibrium condition. So when the number of atoms in the E2 state is higher than the number of atoms in the E1 state. I hope you understood it. And this phenomena itself is termed as population inversion. Now coming to the requirement. What do I want? I want these atoms from the lower energy state to be moved to the higher energy state. We know the lower energy state is at the lower energy, higher energy state is at the higher energy. So when I am moving the atoms from the lower to higher energy state, what is required? External energy source is required. So external energy is given by the pumping source. Now what kind of pumping source we are using? We are using the optical flash tubes or we are using the high frequency radio field. So now these methods can amplify or these can pump the atoms from the lower to the higher energy state, and this is how we are giving the proper excitations to the atom so that more population of the atom would be there at the upward or higher energy state. But this phenomena is not possible in the two-level energy system. So when I have two level energies or two atomic system levels, so then we have two energy levels. So this is my lower energy level E1, this is my upper energy level E2. So what happens? The atom when it is pumped, it will be moving to the upward energy level, but we know E2 is the excited energy state. This is not a stable state, and as soon as atom is reached here, it is rapidly moving to the lower energy state by releasing of the photon. So there is no accumulation. Accumulation phenomena will occur when I have a metastable state, and here the excited state E2 is not a metastable state. We require a metastable state for the phenomena of population inversion to occur, and for that I require 3 to 4 level system. Right? Here we will be having the metastable state. So with the help of 3 or 4 level system and with the help of metastable state, I will be providing the laser amplification, which is the requirement of the lasing action. So here this is the energy band diagram of the ruby laser. So this is a 3 energy level structure. This is my lowest energy level E0. This is my metastable level E1, and this is my level E2. So when I provide the external energy with the help of pumping to this atom will move to the energy level E2, and when it reaches to the energy level E2, we know it's an excited state, so it's an unstable state, and the atom will move or jump rapidly to this metastable state E1. Right? Because the atom is jumping from this state to this state in a rapid decay manner. Okay, so rapid decay will be happening. It's a non-radiative decay. We are not releasing any kind of photon in this process, and we are not having any kind of light emitted by this process as well. So now, when this type of decay is happening, here a lot of vacancies are created, because here the vacancies are not getting filled. Atoms are moving and they are staying in the metastable state for a longer duration of time, and for this reason I will be having larger number of vacancies present in the excited state E2, and due to the more number of accumulation of the atoms in the state E1, we will be having more number of atom or more population of atom in the E1 than the population of atom in the E0, and this is how we are having the population inversion. And when the atom will be moving from the metastable state E1 to E0, this is my radiative movement of the atom, and in this movement we are having the 0.5 to 0.6 micrometer lambda photon release. So this is how the ruby laser are working. Now the helium neon laser. In the helium neon laser we have the 4 level in the atomic system. So here you can see we have E0, E1, E2 and E3. So 4 energy levels would be there. E0 would be the lowest energy level and E3 would be highest energy level. When the external pumping source is applied, some activation energy would be supplied here, and the atom will be moving from this state to the upwardmost energy state, which is the excited energy state. E3 is unstable energy state, and there we will be having the rapid decay with no release of any photon, and this is the non-radiative decay. After that we have E2 as the metastable state, and the metastable state will be releasing the radiative photon when the atom is moved from E2 to E1, right? And the wavelength is 1.15 micrometer. So after that, from E1 to E0, again we have non-radiative decay and we don't have any kind of photon that is released. So now this type of structures are giving me the lasing action. These are giving me the optical amplification. These are giving me the population inversion, but these structures are costly, right? Because we have to require a large energy to move from E0 to a very high level E2, right? As the number of levels are increasing, the gap energy, the band gap energy is also increasing, and due to which the cost for pumping is also increasing. So this is requiring lot of activation energy, and this is how energy demand would be increasing for this type of action or lasing operation to occur. So I hope you understood the population inversion in a great detail. If you understood it, please provide your feedback. Please give me your comment. If you have any kind of doubt, put your doubt in the comment itself, and I hope you like this session. If you like it, please push the like button, subscribe to the channel and also share it with your friends. Thank you so much.